Hey everybody. So I wanted to talk about a ton of things right now because I have enough information right now to probably do about 3 or 4 shows right now. And I only do one show every 2 weeks. So this is probably either going to be just taped and put on YouTube, or put on YouTube and put on my show in spurts. But right now I believe I'm just going to put it on YouTube, and I want to see what you guys think, except for this first point. I don't want any comments on this though, or I won't respond to any comments on this first part because right now I'm trying to find my own religion, and based on my own philosophy. As I said, it's based on what the Founding Fathers always thought. I will always probably stick to that to an extent, because they always made the most sense to me. Out of everything I've learned in my life, they always made the most sense to me. So here it goes. I was driving back from work, and I just stopped in. I'm doing this video right after work right now. And on the way here, I started thinking about the Founding Fathers' idea of the Creator. They all were basically deists, and they were most of them were Christian, though they all wanted the freedom of religion in order to come to their own conclusions. Everybody would come to their own conclusion about their Creator, whatever it is, even if there are atheists that believe there is no God, or something to that effect. And when I started thinking about it, there was a video that was sent to me, and I believe that the title was something like "We Are God" or "We Are All God," and I think that started ringing a bell. That started making me think a little bit, and I'm like, well, that makes sense. Over the past few months even, I've come to explore pantheism, or I think that's what it's called. Basically that nature is God, that we are all God, that plants, animals, the sun included, because of, that's the basis of life. We are all God. And I'm like, okay, that started making me think. And then I remembered what the Founding Fathers said. We are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, as opposed to inalienable, by the way. We're endowed with unalienable rights, meaning that our rights cannot be taken away by anybody, no matter what they do. It can't be done. Like the freedom of speech. No matter how much the government may want to suppress your speech, you can always speak. You take that duct tape off. There's no reason for you to not speak your mind, no matter how unpopular it is. But the idea is that we are endowed by our Creator. Who's our Creator? We've always been told that our Father is our Creator. Originally this meant the sun. The sun is our God, right? The people used to worship the sun. But I started thinking, well, my real Creator was my father and my mother, right? And in the sense that we are all God, then that makes sense. My Creator is my God. My mom and my father are my creators, right? And they passed on their rights to me. You know, they have the freedom to do as they please, to speak as they please. Now I can do the same thing. And plants, same idea. Plants are endowed with the ability to live, you know, life, liberties, pursuit of happiness in our sense, but they have the right to life, right? So now we pass on, or the plants pass on their right to life through breeding through seeds and, you know, whatever they use, you know, acorns or pollen, whatever. You get my point. You know, they pass on their life. And so I'm like, so who was the original creator? Apparently, I'm gonna say we still don't know that. No matter how much science, even though I'm a scientific kind of guy, I don't think science can ever really figure it out, except, you know, bacteria and viruses and that kind of thing. They were the original creation, you know what I mean? But whatever, that's going a little over my head at the moment. All I'm saying is that I kind of had something of a revelation, you know what I mean? Because I think that Adam and Eve, you know, if they really did exist, they would have been the original creators. They would have been our gods. But then again, we know that through science, we've evolved from other creations. So, you know, it was just a mind experiment with me, and I kind of like, whoa. But this video went a little bit too long, but I'm gonna upload a bunch of videos all in succession because I have a lot to say, and I won't be able to get all of it in one show. So, stay tuned.